Howdy, howdy! My name is Bailey Blair, and I am a sophomore biomedical sciences major from Gonzales, Texas. But more importantly, I am the loudest and the proudest member of the Fighting Texas Aggie class of 2023. Whenever it came to touring schools, it was between Texas A&M, UT Dallas, and Texas Tech. After touring the latter two, it was now time for me to tour Texas A&M, and the conditions were horrible. It was cold, it was rainy, it was wet, it was muddy. Probably was around 30 degrees the entire time I was here. So horrible conditions. And yet here I was in my cute little sweater, just so happy, so giddy to be here. Um, I fell in love instantly. As soon as I set foot on campus, I fell in love with the academics, the research, the leadership opportunities, the extracurriculars, and of course, the traditions. My favorite being muster. I actually got to first experience muster at my local Aggie Moms Club. And I just remember thinking to myself, wow, this is amazing. I can't believe I get to honor Aggies that have passed, but still remembering that they're here with us all times and throughout history. And it's a beautiful experience, and I'm so happy I get to live that as a current student and then for the rest of my life. Um, on campus, I am involved with class councils, Aggie Rings for Veterans, TAMU Drive-In, BRAINS, which is Building Researchers and Innovators in Neuroscience and Society. Oh, it's a mouthful. Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, and BIMS delegates, and then more recently, Senate. I am involved in quite a bit. My mom gets on me all the time, but I couldn't imagine doing anything else. I believe that, you know, I get to demonstrate selfless service by the amount of time and energy I put into any project organization that I'm in. And so I love being able to see the benefit and the good that comes from supporting and uplifting all of these different orgs and contributing to a greater picture, which is, of course, the Aggie spirit. My most rewarding experience out of all of those, though, is my time as the Aggie Rings for Veterans director. In this position, this position is a sub position under class councils, but I counted as a different org just because I had to do so much. It was practically another org. And what I did in this position was I had to fundraise throughout the entire year and also promote awareness for the student veteran community on campus. And this last year, we had an ongoing pandemic, so it was very hard to be able to accomplish everything that I was wanting to accomplish. But I am so happy that I got to complete 3 events that were all COVID safe and ended up fundraising over $1,000 to give back to our veteran community. Um, my favorite of those 3 events is the mural to the vets. It happened on Veterans Day, and what we did was we took a 9-foot by 4-foot giant board and covered it in note cards. And students can come up throughout the entire day and write a little note to any of the student veterans thanking them for their service. And at the end of the day, we collected them and then distributed them. Um, Aside from helping in those organizations and events, something that I love to do just as a student is to just talk to people, talk to former students, talk to current students, talk to prospective students. I've successfully recruited 2 people to come to A&M. And I'm so happy that I've done that. I love being able to tell them about the opportunities that A&M has to offer, us being a top tier university, as well as just helping these students learn more about the traditions and what it means to be an Aggie, which is upholding those around us and upholding our core values in everything that we do. So I'm so happy whenever I get to just talk to people. One of my favorites, though, is whenever I get to talk to an old ag that was in the Corps Cadets, because they have the craziest stories. Um, and I absolutely love it. I had this one story where he was in Bonfire, and he was in the Corps Cadets, and they dug out a giant hole and filled it with aluminum cans. And so, flash forward to today, A&M was doing some digging, and they just found this giant crater of aluminum cans. And it's stories like that. They're amazing, and I'm so happy that I get to share in all of these experiences with different people. So after graduation, I plan on going to medical school, hopefully at the A&M Health Sciences Center. However, I'm more than happy to be at any other medical school in Texas. I'm hoping to specialize in neuroscience, but more recently, I've taken a class in Great Diseases of the World, and I've fallen in love with learning about virology and bioterrorism and how we have to be able to prevent against those bioterrorists or other countries that could use warfare. It's very scary, but I'd love to be on the front lines helping to protect the individual human rights. So I think that is an amazing thing that I could look into. So I hope to take all of the experiences that I've learned at A&M. You know, jujitsu, I'm learning how to work under pressure. Brains, I'm learning how to uplift younger girls through our Brains Day, where we get to teach them about STEM careers. BIMS delegates, I get to teach current students about the opportunities that they have as a student in the biomedical sciences program. Senate, I get to help pass legislation that makes the student life easier. Class councils, I get to help with promoting any of the class traditions. This year we got to do pull-out day, and I was so happy that I got to help out a little bit with that. Um, and all of these different activities, I'm so happy that I get to take those into my life as a future healthcare professional through the core value of selfless service. So that is all I have for you today, and I just want to say thank you for this amazing opportunity. I'm so happy, I'm so honored that I get to share this experience with y'all. Thanks and gig'em.